This is Kessben 93.3 FM, a new wave of excellence in radio.
All right, Awal Mohammed, I'm wrong. As usual, I was Friday dinner.
Yeah, I think that we be bisa about your general impressions on the AFCON draw na over groups na aba ewo enwa draw na eba so ewo pack the exposition in Abidjan. So to me, I think the draw said the procedure bibia hosting bibia everything was on point, everything was perfect. You did draw no shishemu. A man for Keka, even say group B, but to me the group of death is the group C. Group of death to me is group C. Baby, I was Senegal, I was Cameroon, Guinea, and Gambia. So I have all these sites are more this group. Ubia during the last AFCON, ye both group stage we Ubia qualified. All the four teams say group nina or munina ye both group stage we no Ubia qualified. Apart from that, Gambia are now more make your debut. The last AFCON made it all the way to the quarterfinals before they lost against the host nation Cameroon. We any Chenya, Senegal and Cameroon saw more that group no. Say you. All these sides were semi-finalists. And Osaka, Senegal, and Cameroon in Abuma. Senegal made it all the way from the semi-finals to the finals and eventually won the AFCON after beating Egypt through penalties. So, to me, the group of death is Group C. Baby Ayewo, Senegal, Cameroon, Guinea, and Gambia. Ebinumu adwene almost say Group Ayewo, Tunisia, Mali, South Africa, Namibia. Matisse ebinum so ekasa said to Omono because they've seen South Africans so. But said you who had the current crop of players, the current crop of how those national teams have been performing over the years, you give it to Group D, to Group C rather. Because right now, said you Guinea, Yeka, the top scorer among all the African players in Europe, is a Guinean. Seu Girassi of VfB Stuttgart. In 7 games, we shot 13 goals in the German Bundesliga. Oka Guinea team now mobile AFCON. Bearing any unforeseen circumstance, they were or be part of the Guinean setup. And Coach Tom Saintfields will be a Juma or the Gambian setup now. For Cameroon, Senegal, they don't need any introduction. These teams are doing massively well, and these two teams were part of the last World Cup. Yekoye. Qatar 2022. So for me, the group of death is Group C. And now to the next one. Obinsu besides say, her parents na ba. And my memories of some games be expect to say i.e. Ivory Coast, Nigeria, Egypt, Ghana, Senegal, Cameroon, Tunisia, Mali. So you Ivory Coast, Nigeria, the game I'm a kaipa near Bo Ghana ha esipono. Ewo Takuradi near Solomon Kalu etwetwe Nigeria for no. It was a star-studded setup above two teams a parody my. For Nigeria now wo Mikel Obi, wo Yakubu Aigbeni, wo Bafemi Martins mo, any Joseph Yebo goalkeeper Austin Ejid mo ne Nyama mo any war during that time. And that was that time Aruna Dindani, Didier Drogba, Zokora, Yaya Toure mo nyina so were part of that Ivorian setup. No, yes, there's another memory game Obekai between these two sides, which is 2013. It was South Africa. Wabra Mushiemu, it was the quarterfinals. The Nigeria Eshe Cote d'Ivoire by 2-1. It may reach the finals under late Stephen Keshi. Eddie Ekwawini, and also one of the memorable games Obekai between these two sides. Ivory Coast and Nigeria, and it's a Group A fixture based on the draw now. Parents, Abano, Egypt, Ghana. I think the most memorable one among for Bekai, the 6-1 show, no. But in terms of AFCON, we met in 92, Yeshomu 1-0 near Tony Abuashe. Even before that, in 1970, we drew 1-1 between those two sides, Egypt, Ghana, and the last AFCON Yeshia was 2017. Ewo Gabon. It was last group fixture because by that time not two teams to be the car qualify Ghana and then Egypt booked our spot in the group that comprises of Mali, and then Uganda. Until Ghana and Egypt qualify we. Even before 2017, Obian Sumrefi, the 85th minute winner Mohamed Nagi Gedu, Edishe Ewo Angola. Eventually Hassan Shiata winning the 3rd consecutive AFCON title as a coach, you know. So I know say one of the memorable games I obekai between Ghana and Egypt. Ebesa expect say be going into the AFCON 2023 ebekoso ewa la Côte d'Ivoire. Senegal Cameroon so one of the games I know mushia in AFCON very very cagey. Omushia 1990 Senegal shomo, Omushia 1992 abra Senegal hosti Cameroon shomo. And the last 2 AFCON sejo omunyina Omushia na draw goalless, no goal ene bem ntia na the post match penalties ene de determine obia be kai 2002 in Mali when it ended in a goalless draw under Bruno Metsu with the Senegalese setup, and then Winfred Schäfer for the Cameroonians. Cameroon for no at the post match penalties at the winning at the for the AFCON title no. And the last time they met in the AFCON was also the time that the Cameroonians won again in 2017. Wabra Mushiemu into the quarterfinals and also ended goalless draw Senegal Tenao Emap Cameroon the penalty show the proceed to the next stage of the competition. Share Ghana in the semi-finals, share Egypt in the finals the winning AFCON. And then Tunisia Mali the last one among for Sube Kaipa just last AFCON. Refugiani Sikazwi, a group encounter as at 85th minute, your boy 85 minutes, no referee no hostel, say upon. Meanwhile, now the Tunisians were complaining, say the match na nkasa time na yede butu was about 90 minutes no enyanso ye boya kopim 89 minutes Emma still referee no point. It was a game that the Tunisians lost 1-0 against Malians, and I even remember Coach Monder Kabair, former Tunisia coach now on the touchline no complaining bitterly to referee Jenny Sikazwi say one more time now yeah, they are regulated game no one fine juma, and we are one of the memorable games among for Bekai. And even before that, they met again in 2019 Egypt and so ending a 1-1 draw. And the last World Cup qualifiers here, boy, it was Tunisia that didn't allow Mali to have their debut at the World Cup. A 1-0 in Mali. Even the Malians were shown a red card by referee Bamlak Tesema Weyesa on that game. Baso ewa Bamako and a second leg on a goalless draw in Tunisia at the core Qatar 2022. So Malians so measured this almost determination because it was this Tunisian setup that prevented them from having their debut in Qatar 2022. Abrana more expert say or benya that encounter no. We are no sin chenya obi nso bisa say Ghana ye group members na ye ni omo akwakwo wurem no. Ye ni omo etahyiehia. With the exception of Mozambique and Kwana ye ni omo enhia AFCON da. But for Egypt, for Cape Verde ye ni omo hia da. Egypt they said the medical ka earlier cry. Ye share 1970, ye share 1992, ye share 2010 and then 2017, of which the Egyptians have 2 wins and 1 draw. And then 1 win for Ghana, even in between Ghana and Egypt at the AFCON. For Cape Verde, omo make your debut with the 2013 AFCON. It was South Africa. That was when they were paired with the likes of South Africa and Angola group. They reached the quarterfinals, and unfortunately for them, they met us. Wabra Mubarak Wakasu. Eshe the only 2 goals Bemu in that game. Bakwe a penalty and a Bakwe the counter attack. By the time so now yeah corner Mobebo Muki Pepi and a Mubarak Wakasu. And they could share those 2 goals. No my MI defeat Cape Verde. So for Mozambique, you knew mu enshia AFCON da. We ebe the first time you knew omo ababishia the AFCON in 2023 la Côte d'Ivoire. Sergio Obinsu Bisaya says Cecil Jones Atukwefiu, one of the achievers when it comes to the continent or local football in Ghana as well. So the AFCON or the Benin Koye, that was 2004, and that was the time or do you qualify or first AFCON. Before that 2004 Tunisia no na Benin enko AFCON da, na Benin enko AFCON da. And says Cecil Jones Atukwefiu, the late Ediomo qualify Etimiko Tunisia that AFCON in 2004, and that was the last time Ghana failed to make it into the AFCON in 2004. So you been so beside say your group no say ye qualifier ye be share group opponent no ebia obe free group ahen ana group ahen sejo de wonu se AFCON no since 2019 ya expanded the number from 16 to 24 so 16 to 24 no ebema is 6 groups of 4 teams so each group bia unya 2 top 2 teams are more qualified remember 12 no esa pay the third countries are omoba near her best 4 near yi. So depending on your position and a bit depending on opponent obeshiano into the next stage. Saudi second it will depend on how the group turn out to be. Saudi third and also be depending on 4 points and 5 points and 6 points and 3 points I bet me I qualify. And the last AFCON Ketimi qualifier because so I had last AFCON near in group C. Na Ghana, Morocco, Gabon, Comoros. All the 3 teams now echo to the next stage and Mojai. So Comoros are D third no echo Shia Cameroon and then you saw say Gabon now D second no so echo Shia Burkina Faso and then you saw so Morocco so no so D first echo Shia Malawi. So it depending on the number of points a ubenya and the number of another position a ubeba on the group and a bit depending on the opponent uni babishi antisana adina kwe ubia what testing sejo obi so besides said the last time a club from Eastern Europe made it into the finals of the UEFA Champions League sejo this was 1991 and there is a history to that club now winning that tournament currently there is a Ghanaian player, not even got one Ghanaian, two Ghanaians, Edmonado and then Osman Bukari. That's Red Star Belgrade when they won the 1991 Champions League against Olympic Marseille. No, my assistant coach, and you take here to our first World Cup, our Ratomir Dukovic, and that was the team that comprised of the likes of Savic during that setup no, and those were those players Omoka Red Star Belgrade team no, a team winning the UEFA Champions League, and that was the last time a team from Eastern Europe made it into the finals of the UEFA Champions League. So you on the Ash Go players Nipakoni Bisano, the only one I made me make match for Ewo Nasser Lame. So you know the meten hunu ukruma pa onu kwana made me akamo for Alaji Sani, Shaibu Yakubu and Jojo die. So you I don't know where they are right now. So you.
Nasser Lame is
okay.
Wajai Bobo. Nasser Lame Jai Bobo.